Hi, my darlings. I'm Sophie Darling, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're reacting to episode 9 of season 1 of Demon Slayer. Last episode, we got introduced to another demon that does not attack humans, that has been trying to find a way to turn demons back into being humans. She is a doctor. She has given Tanjiro a new mission where he now needs to bring demons to her so that she can withdraw the blood and test it and see if there's any way she can create a solution. So Tanjiro has a new direction that he's heading towards, which is particularly interesting. We saw a brief flashback to Muzan having confronted a demon slayer who kind of looks like Tanjiro, so there has to be a familial connection there. We saw the two subordinates go all out in attacking Tanjiro, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. But I really love the world building in Demon Slayer. I have so many questions that I can't wait to see answered. I love the dichotomy of the city not believing in demons, but the rural still holds on to that belief because they have first-hand knowledge, they see it, they know of demon slayers, whereas the city doesn't seem to be aware of it, doesn't seem to know that demon slayers exist. And we know that demon slayers are not officially recognized by the government. The government doesn't recognize them. So then the question kind of comes in, do they cover up demon attacks, or do they just straight up not believe that demons are a real thing? But without further ado, we're gonna get into episode 9. So menacing.
殺し方は決まったか
Vindictively. It's not gonna be as easy as she thinks it is. She has the same sort of orange tips as Nezuko, and she also said that she received quite a lot of blood from Muzan. So is the orange tinge to do with how much blood they've received from him? Or maybe it's just a design choice. I just found it interesting that they both have a lot of blood from Muzan, and they both have orange tips in their hair.
鬼狩りは鬼と一緒にいるのかどういうことじゃ
He's a lot more serious than she is.
やることが幼いというか短絡というか汚れたぞわしの着物が塵で汚れた
Oh, it's just dust.
私のマリのおかげですぐ見つかったのだから良いだろうたくさん遊べるしな
Are you gonna complain when it's covered in blood? Like,
またしても汚れたぞ
or does he not do the dirty work? She does, he just guides her.
あの女
She do be strong.
手伝か
Oh, wouldn't want to catch that to the head.
玉代様 裕次郎さん禰豆子
Is he dead? Like, is he dead?
一人殺した
He must be.
耳に花札のような飾りの鬼狩りはお前じゃの
俺を狙っているのか
炭治郎さん、私たちのことは気にせず戦ってください。守っていただかなくて大丈夫です。鬼ですから。
Maybe he's not dead then. I know that they have regenerative abilities, and that's why she's saying, Tanjiro, don't worry about us. Like, you're more at risk of dying than we are.
最速の突き技全集中水の呼吸七の型雫波紋突き恐怖
Oh, damn.
ほう斜めから曲線をついてマリの威力を和らげたな
Oh, holy.
なぜ動くんだこのマリ
Okay, he's fine. I was gonna say, I was like, they have regenerative abilities. There's no way he's dead. But still.
玉代様俺は言いましたよね 鬼狩りに関わるのはやめましょうと最初から。俺の目隠しの術も完璧ではないんです。建物や人の気配、匂いは隠せるが存在自体を消せるわけではない。
Oh.
人数が増えるほど痕跡が残り、鬼物時に見つかる。
He's like, I can't keep you or this place safe.
鬼がこれだけ近くに来ていて攻撃されるまで匂いがしなかった。ユシロウさんの血気術だったのか。あなたと二人で過ごす時を邪魔する者が俺は嫌いだ。
They're gonna pay.
大嫌いだ。
面白いな。面白いな。十二気づきである私に殺されることを。
12 demon moons?
12気づき。
Like elite soldiers? Yeah, okay. Soon there'll be 11. Whoa!
腕が増えた。
Damn, she's insane! She's ripped to fuck though. She's like, yeah!
ここで私の術を使うと炭治郎さんにもかかってしまう。
This is insane.
ユシロウも攻撃に転じるには準備が必要。このままでは
Tanjiro is gonna die. Oh!
切ってしまえば威力は落ちる。それでも俺に当たってくる。
The animation is amazing.
鬼は二人いる。玉井さん、ユチロウさん。ダメだ。かばう余裕がない。
私たちは治りますから気にしないで。
おい、
Protect
魔
yourself.
除けの鬼狩り。矢印を見れば方向がわかるんだよ。矢印を避けろ。
Dodge the arrows. Is the other guy controlling them?
俺の資格を貸してやる。
Whoa!
見えた。この矢印でマリの軌道を動かしていたんだ。
So he's been lent his sight. That's crazy.
見ました。ならさっさと倒せ。
Look at Nazuko. She's like...
木の上にいる鬼を頼む。
So he must be using the arrows and she's controlling the balls. So they're like working together.
あのお方にその首を持っていこうぞ。楽しいな。
Oh my god. Yeah. So the arrows are him. The balls are her.
消えた。水の呼吸。
I love that he sussed it. He was like the demon in the tree. Get him.
三の型。流々舞。
Oh!
玉代さん。この二人の鬼は鬼物児に近いですか。
おそらく
Yep.
では必ず。
They're his elite soldiers. God, this is so good. I love this show. This show is phenomenal. She's the perfect candidate because he's given her a lot of his blood.
わしらから血を取るじゃと。何を企んでおるのか知らぬが、あのお方のご機嫌を損なうような真似はさせぬぞ。
気をつけろ。少しも油断するなよ。
So is the other guy? Oh yeah, if those two are 12 demon moons, so they both are.
はい、わかりました。気をつけつつ、少しも油断せず。はい、頑張ります。
He's so stressed. He's like, okay.
逃げましょう。冗談です。
Is he kidding? Or is he only kidding because she's horrified at the prospect? Oh! She can't just rely on her strength, can she? She's gonna have to pull some new stops out. New stops? I don't know if that's the right word, but oh well.
すぐ新しい腕が入る。選別の時の鬼より回復がずっと早い。
Because she has more of his blood.
Let's go!
It's like, don't dirty me.
死ね
俺はまず矢印の男をやれ
He's gonna join, isn't he?
妹で引き受けるわかりましたネズコ絶対に無茶をするなよ
She's so adorable. Oh. She's locked in. She's seeing her brother and her mom
血を取る必ず取ってみせる
because of the
薬
hypnosis.
を完成させるためにどんな鬼とも戦う戦って勝つ月の糸
Is it gonna be that easy?
なんという薄汚い言葉じゃ
No.
わしのそばに寄るな
糸が切れた
What? Well, he did say that it's not gonna be like any demon you fought before. Holy shit.
これはかなり痛い
Well, yeah, they're like elite demon soldiers, aren't they? Whoa!
技を出して衝撃を緩和しろ8の型タッチしろ
Oh, thank God for his quick thinking. Thank God for this eyesight. He'd be dead.
Kieto.
Ah!
玉代様を傷つけたこと
You will pay.
絶対に許さん
すさまるよそちらにいるのは逃れ者の玉代ではないか
Oh, the fugitive. Was she one of this
決定はダメよ
elite that left? Wow! She'll regenerate, but still. If she's a fugitive, then that means she ran away and went into hiding. So I wonder if she was one of these elite of Musans.
首を4つ持ち帰ればよいかの
違う2つじゃ鬼狩りと逃れ者
禰豆子さん
She's never gonna allow that to
血が止
happen.
まらない回復が遅い
Is this because she's not consuming demon blood? Human blood? Oh, she sees her mom. She's just a little girl at heart. Yeah, if she's not having human blood, then that's going to weaken her regenerative abilities because she has to sleep more in order to recover her strength. Likely would be what she needs to do to recover a lost limb.
そしてちょっと申し訳ないけど手の目玉気持ち悪いな申し訳ないけど
They remind me of Pan's Labyrinth. Like the creature with the eyeballs on the hands. Ugh. What if you slash the eyeballs on the hands? Would that blind them?
俺に当たるまで消えない刃が触れた瞬間に矢印の方向に飛ばされる
Oh!
すべてわしの
Oh, they're not gonna take his arm, are they?
がねじ切れるぞ
What?
高血の矢と同じ方向に回転しながら避けたか
Do not underestimate Tanjiro.
直接触れないようにあの矢印の向きを変えるんだ技の応用だ
Adapt, overcome, you got this. Oh my god, oh my god!
巻き取れねじるんず流流
Oh, he's stressing.
だけど二の型はい
He's using his own arrows against him! Haha! Get wrecked! Oh, he's learned and grown so much. It's insane. Ah, I love Tanjiro.
強力な鬼たちだマリと矢印を組み合わせた攻撃が厄介だなネズコ大丈夫か
She's like, I'm determined. I can do this.
あの二人矢幅とスサマルは今日が初対面 俺たちのところへ来るまでにおしゃべりして仲良くなったらしいですよ。
Wait, they've only
初
just
対面
met
で
each
あんな
other?
息ぴったりだなんてびっくりだ。禰豆子、協力する練習だ。
They have that much
一の
teamwork after only meeting each other once.
三の型。
She's just doing the same moves over and over again. She's trying.
次回第10話、ずっと一緒にいる。マリの女の人は任せた。二人で戦うぞ。
Okay, so we've gone from 12 to 11, so these must be like elite soldiers trusted by Muzan to take out anyone that he deems a threat. He's not going to do it himself, he's not going to stoop to that level, but I think eventually he's going to have to, because Tanjiro's too strong, or will become too strong, that eventually he'll have to face him directly. But the 12 demon moons are probably just going to be thrown at Tanjiro until Tanjiro kind of takes them all out, but they are the strongest of the strongest that Muzan has turned. We know that she has quite a lot of Muzan's blood. We're not so sure about the boy. It wasn't really mentioned, but the fact that they only met each other today when they were both summoned is kind of wild because they work so in sync with each other. But I wonder if it's because they are paired together because their skills work together. Like he's controlling the direction that the balls are going in, so she's using her strength to throw them with like murderous intent, but he's guiding the direction essentially. So take that out and it becomes quite difficult for her to direct the course that it goes in, because obviously when it's like aiming towards someone, it turns so violently that it's kind of like, wait, hold up a second. How did it turn so sharply? I thought at first she was controlling it because obviously like her hand was like outstretched almost as if it was like telepathic. But then when we saw the arrows, I was like, it has to be the guy because he has the arrows on his hands. And that is terrifying. I don't like that solely because Pan's Labyrinth terrified me as a kid. So eyes on palms of hands bring back like actual nightmares. But Tomio is a fugitive, so that implies to me that she ran away from Muzan, that they have a more deeper relationship than what is being presented to us so far, that she turned against him at one point, because we know that she's vehemently against everything he stands for. But what would be interesting is if she was perhaps close to him, that she maybe supported him for a while, but then he started to go down this path that she was like, no, I can't stand by and allow you to harm people. And that's when she breaks away and she becomes a fugitive. She's on the run because she's counter to Muzan and everything that he stands for. She doesn't want to participate, but that means that we'll probably get more of her backstory probably next episode, or maybe episode 11, because I have theorized that there must be a connection between the two of them, because Muzan has this visceral anger at anyone thinking that he looks sick and weak, and I propose that it could be to do with the fact that maybe he was sick, that Tamiya as a doctor treated him, and that's how she got to know him, and how she also became a demon is because he turned her into one. But I think that has to be why there's like a connection. There is her being a doctor, him maybe being this weak, sickly figure in the past, because he was likely not always a demon. Because if he's a demon, he would have had to have been turned into a demon, right? Like, I don't think he was born that way. I don't think he just emerged from the depths of the earth as a demon. I think somebody must have turned him. So then the question is, who turned him and why? I'm sure the story will delve more into that because, again, the world building has been really exceptional so far. It's leaving a lot of gaps, enough to keep you interested and hooked because you want to get that information. But at the same time, it does give you as much contextual knowledge as it possibly can without giving you too much. So it leaves little breadcrumbs and it allows you to still try and put it together yourself, rather than just holding your hand. And I prefer that. I don't like when the world building is just overly explained. I like little breadcrumbs. I like trails that I can follow and being able to put it together myself, but also theorizing how the world works and how demons interact with each other rather than just being told this is this, this is that. There's no room for exploration. But I am curious if we're going to see some of the previous students that passed the first selection because we haven't seen them since. And Tanjiro is now on his second mission. So I'm curious as to whether we'll see some of these new demon slayers, especially that cowardly one that doesn't want to be a demon slayer but hasn't really had a choice. I feel like we might have to run into him at some point. That maybe Tanjiro's mission brings him to the same area and have to kind of like help one another. We haven't seen the girl, the one that's very sort of in tune with nature. She loves butterflies. And then the hot-headed, angry one that was being really impatient. And we still haven't had this reveal of who the fifth student to pass was, because again, that mysterious figure was like 5, but there was only 4 that we saw. So there has to be a 5th that we have not been introduced to yet. So I wonder if we'll get introduced to them in the first season or if this is going to be something they drag into like the second season. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's all I have to say for now because this was quite like an action-packed heavy episode. There wasn't that much contextual information other than Tomoya being a fugitive, and we got a glimpse into some of the blood demon art in that whilst the illusions are Tomoya, I have forgotten his name, his is in masking, hiding the house, the scent, the information. So she's illusions and he's masking, blindfolding essentially. But the more people that are in the house, the more he struggles to hide the sense from those that are seeking them out because he's still learning how to do this. From what he said, it's not fully developed, and that in bringing him here and Nezuko here, they've kind of opened a gate to these 2 very strong, experienced demons to find them because they're not just fledgling demons, they are fully trusted and equipped by Muzan to uphold his orders. So yeah, it was kind of inevitable that they were going to stumble across it. I love the look of horror on her face when he's like, we should use this as an opportunity to flee. I don't think he was joking. I think he was being fully serious, but seeing that look on Tomoyo's face was like, no, I'm so sorry. Don't look at me that way. I never want to see that look on your face again. And the fact that the only reason he's fighting and throwing hands is because they interrupted his private time with Tomoya and he can't stand it. But yeah, such a fun episode. So interesting. I love the design, the animation, the music. It's just so much fun to watch. It's such a joy. I look forward to sitting down and watching Demon Slayer because I know it's going to be a wild ride. I know it's going to be full of action. It's going to be amusing. There's going to be funny moments, but there's also a lot of world building as well. Not so much in this one because we kind of suspected it wasn't going to be very world building heavy because we left on the cliffhanger of the fight beginning. So it's kind of a bit like Full Metal Alchemist and Attack on Titan. There were episodes where it was action heavy, and I think even Vinland Saga, there were some times where I was like, I actually don't really have anything to say because when it's all action, there's not really much story happening until after the action is over. But because the entire episode is action, there's not really much you can discuss. And I had this with Attack on Titan and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, so it's not unusual. It's not a discredit to the story or Demon Slayer. It just happens when you have a visual narrative that you're telling, that action scenes will have an entire episode to themselves and then we'll launch back into the story. But I think that's kind of nice because you get a bit of a break. You don't have the story being rushed so that the action can take precedence, but you also don't have the action being rushed and you don't get a full view of how strong these demons are, how much Tanjiro is struggling against these demons. if you just rush it to focus on the story. So it kind of has to be like a fair balance. You have quite a few episodes that are story heavy and then quite a few episodes that are action heavy. I think it's designed so that one doesn't take over the other, that you don't have all story, no action, and not understanding the weight and gravity of these demons. Likewise, you don't have all action and no story because then it's just boring. For Frieren, it kind of works that the action is secondary to the story, but that's because every episode there is like a deep philosophical meaning to it. It makes sense that the action is not the priority, it's the development of the characters. And it doesn't mean that it's boring. I must stress that. Frieren, absolutely adore that series. It is one of the best shows I've ever watched. But what I'm saying is that for that narrative, it works. For Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, where there is a lot of action, for Metal Alchemist Brotherhood 2, then they kind of have to balance it out because you need to understand the situation that they find themselves in. Whereas with Frieren, we're in an era of peace, and when we come across demons, we do get action scenes, but again, Frieren is very adept and skilled at fighting demons, so it makes sense that the action is not as long. But saying that, we have had 2 sort of action-heavy episodes in Frieren because, again, we have to understand the gravity of the situation that they find themselves in. But different narratives require different balances, and for Frieren, action has never been their primary focus because their focus is on the character development, on this narrative journey of discovery and mourning and remembrance, whereas Demon Slayer, Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, the action is core to the world itself. They're fighting for survival. They're fighting to ensure that their enemy doesn't get ahead, that they can keep people safe. So it's fundamental that it plays such a huge role. But I think that's all I want to say for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this react, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment below to help boost this video into the algorithm. And until next episode, bye!